Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have been dying to film this video the moment I got this shade. One of my best friends, Maria, gifted me the new Chanel Single Shadow in 222 Jade Facette. This is a particular color that has been pretty difficult to keep in stock anywhere. For good reason. It is the perfect green. The perfect green. I like it better than the new shadow stick that just launched that's also very similar to this. And I believe there was like another single shadow that was launched that was, I think, a little bit lighter and icier than this, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the perfect green, which is pretty hard to do. To create a wearable everyday kind of green, I mean, you have your work cut out for you. For those of you who like to see this is why I show how things come packaged, but it comes in this velvet case, and then you get your little compact, and then on the back, you just get all the information. Shelf life for this is 18 months for any of you who were wondering. And then on the inside, you have a little protective piece of plastic over your eyeshadow. You get these two brushes, which don't toss them. They're actually really good. I have used them a lot and I don't toss these. So you get one sponge applicator, which I personally love. And then you get a little dual-ended brush with a little blender on one side and kind of like a liner situation on the other. Just look how stunning this color is. Thank you, my friend, for gifting this to me. She got this color for me for Christmas. And this is one of the first colors to sell out, so I couldn't even find it anywhere myself. But it's part of the permanent line, so it's going to continue to come in and out of stock. So just keep an eye out. If you hear any background noise, my baby girl is in the back. My mother-in-law is watching her today, so you may hear some tiny little footsteps, some talking, but just so you know, let's swatch this for you guys. So here is the finger swatch. It's a very cool toned green. And here is just one little swipe so you can see how pigmented that is. And even with one swipe, you do get quite a bit of color payoff. I'm gonna build this up just for the sake of the video. And this is 2 swatches. Now, next to it, I kind of just want to show you how this would kind of blend out on the skin. But it does give you a beautiful sheen, and I find this particular color to be very wearable. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's go ahead and demo this. I'm going to show you how I would personally wear this on a day-to-day basis. So first things first, we are going to put our hair back. And I'm going to start off with my favorite Chanel foundation. This is one of my holy grails from the line. This is the Ultra Latant foundation in BD31. So if I'm your skin twin, that's the color I use all year round. My summer shade in this foundation would be BD41. I was super excited when they started to do the BD line for those of us with neutral undertones. So I'm just going to use a beauty blender to apply this. This is a foundation along with my Mara foundation that I'm never without. I always have it in rotation in my makeup collection somewhere. So I'm just going to first kind of spread this around my face, and then we're going to blend it out. This is very long lasting. This is perfect for those of you with combination oily skin. This is not gonna budge. This will last you all day. And I work very long work hours. My days are probably about 16 hours. Nope, this is not going anywhere. It looks flawless all day long. It's just one of those tried and true foundations, and I'm really never without it. One pump of this foundation is more than enough for my face. I don't need to set it if I don't want to, but we're gonna do that today, because tell me why I woke up this morning and it was like 45 degrees, and now in the afternoon I'm dying of a heat stroke. Somebody want to explain to me why Florida needs to be so cutthroat? Using my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This is the Diamond Dust edition. Came out a couple holidays ago. I really don't like this particular setting powder, but it is Project Pan. And so we're gonna use what we have, you know? We're just not gonna throw away product. Unfortunately, I don't have a family with a lot of women that wear makeup on a consistent basis or have the same passion for makeup the same way that I do. And unfortunately, my friends that do have the same passion, we're not skin twins. Otherwise, I would have passed this on to somebody. But it has a shimmer to it that I don't like. I don't want to shimmer in the sunlight. You know, that's not what I want my setting powder to look like. In case you guys are wondering, this foundation provides a medium to full coverage, and I only used one pump all over my face. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it, honestly, give it a go. Don't forget that Ulta sells Chanel now. So if you have some extra points, just saying, that's how I get free Chanel makeup. Next up, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. And I'm just using the Charlotte Tilbury. This is just a miniature powder and sculpt brush that she has. And it came together in a set with this many moons ago. And I still continue to use it. This is, again, part of my Project Pan. In case you guys are wondering, I'm using the light medium palette, and it comes with a highlighter and a bronzer. This is like a bronzer contour because it has a cool undertone. It kind of reminds me of the Westman Atelier contour stick in Biscuit, but I feel like Biscuit is a little cooler than this. Now, I don't apply too much. Going in with an IT cosmetic brush. This is a highlighting fanning brush, just slightly dipping into the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. This is a very subtle highlight, very seamless. If you're looking for something that's not gonna be very prominent, I highly recommend this little palette. And not in this crystallized version, because this is a holiday limited edition palette, but they have that same palette in a mini version at Sephora if you don't want to invest in the large one. Next up, we are going to be using my Chanel blush in 68 Rose Ecrin. This was before they reformulated their blushes before 2020. And this is definitely going to be part of my empties in March. Just using a miniature 206 Real Techniques brush to apply this blush. I bought these blushes because I fell in love with the formula, and I ended up buying 6 shades, not knowing that 3 weeks after they were gonna be reformulating the whole thing and they were getting rid of the whole line. I'm so glad that I did, because since then there has been a couple of renditions kind of this blush, and everybody's hated it. Myself included. I didn't even pick up one. I actually waited until it was in store to test it out. No, not a fan, not a fan. So just applying a little bit of this blush, because we're wearing a icy green kind of shade. I want my blush to be, you know, very subtle. So I had to pick a very neutral pink shade to go along with this look. All right, next up, I'm gonna apply a little bit of the Milk Primer, and apply a little bit of that all over the eye. I love this primer. If you're looking for like a clean beauty brand and you want a primer that doesn't have color, The milk one is actually really good. It's a very, very thin formula. Feels like you have nothing on the lids, and it's actually the thinnest primer formula I've ever tried. You get a large amount of product in there, so it's gonna last you a really long time. Let's go ahead and dig into this shade. So I'm actually gonna use the little brush that comes with this. I feel like everybody says they're good, but I feel like nobody ever demos these tiny little brushes, but I'm gonna show you how I use these. So I'm gonna use this little sponge applicator first to lay the color down at the base of my eye. And when you use the sponge, you do get a lot more color payoff. So like I said, a little goes a long way. This little sponge applicator does such a good job at picking up that color and packing it on that lid. These eyeshadows blend like a dream. They don't smudge. Next, I'm gonna go in with the little brush portion of this, and I'm kind of just gonna blend out the edges here. And you can also use the brush to apply the color if you want a lighter application, which I'll show you on the other eye. But see how that kind of starts to soften out and blend out beautifully? So I'm gonna use the brush to apply the color to the other eye so you can see. With the brush, if you're gonna go in with it initially, it's gonna give you a lot less color. It'll be more like a wash of color, but you do have the option to build it up. So if you're somebody who prefers to build up very slowly, or you want a very light application of this color, just go in with the brush from the get-go. But as you can see, you have a lot less product on this eye with the brush. So I know that these single shadows are pricey, but to be quite frank, I literally don't own any color in my collection that looks like this, with this exact undertone, with this exact iridescence to it. I love it. Next up, I'm gonna be applying my Chanel eyeliner, and this is in the color Blue Jean. This is part of my project pan number 19, for those of you who are wondering, but this is a deep denim blue. And I thought it would go perfectly, not only with my shirt, but with this color. So we're just gonna align a little bit, kind of tight lining the outer portion of the eye. So I just applied the eyeliner to the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Merit's brow gel in light brown, just to groom these babies. By the way, my lip liners that I ordered from Merit haven't come yet, but I'm really excited to demo that for you guys. I placed my order immediately. I didn't pick up every shade. I picked up the ones that would best suit my skin tone. But I did pick up one of the new Shade Slick shades, I think in Twin Set, because I found that that one would probably be the one that would show up the most on my eyes. I mean, on my lips. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Victoria Beckham mascara. And this is just the black one that she has. This is a tubing mascara, and we're just gonna apply that to the top lashes, and then we'll go ahead and do some lipstick. Okay, so for this look, I decided to get the Rouge Cocoa Flash in the color 53 Chicness. And since that mocha shade is kind of, I think, the shade of the year, I thought it would be really nice to pair with this green. And I'm just gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. So I like the flashes because they have a light pigmented wash of color with a lot of hydration. But you can go with either a very light neutral brown like this or a very light neutral pink. But this is what it looks like with the finished look. Remember that on this eye, we packed on the color with the little sponge applicator, and then on this eye, we just did a wash of color with the brush. So you guys have options here, but for the sake of this video, I wanted to do two different kind of looks so you can see how you could wear this. Of course, you can pair this color with any other eyeshadow palette that you have. But honestly, I would wear this alone all the time. That's how much I absolutely love this shade. Now let me show you what this looks like in direct sunlight. Okay, so here I am directly in front of a window. And I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit, but I just want you guys to see how beautiful that green is. The coolness of it, I think, makes it very wearable. I absolutely am in love with this color. I'm gonna get in direct sunlight outside so you guys can also see this in direct sunlight. So it's actually a little too sunny for direct sunlight. The camera was not focusing, so I am standing right now in front of the largest window in the home where the sunlight is hitting directly, which is why I'm looking a little weird, but this is what the finished look looks like. I think Chanel did an amazing job with the execution of these single shadows. Again, this is part of the permanent line. This particular shade is not limited edition, so keep an eye out. If you find it in stock anywhere and you want a different color to add to your collection that's fun, perfect for spring, this green is where it's at. And look, I'm wearing it with a bright cobalt blue and I think it looks great. Leave me your comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you pick this up? Do you love it? How do you like to wear it? We're a community here, so a lot of people go to the comments to get ideas and inspiration as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's the only other social media platform I am currently active on. I thank you so much for your time. Leave your questions and comments down below. I will do my best to answer them. And don't forget to subscribe. And see you next time, guys. Bye.